Sam Worthington, star of Wrath of Titans. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you,
Yeah,
sir.
you too, yeah.
Now, you were quite outspoken about the original and had some criticisms of it. Why were you so eager to come back and do the sequel?
More criticisms of my own performance, never of the film. I think the films, we were beholden to a first one, but I'm not gonna. I think everyone did a great job. It's just more personal. I think it's like a soccer player talking about his troubles in the game. I think there's nothing really wrong with it.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of saying that I think in the first one I was a conduit for action. That's all I really was. I didn't really get much to do except be a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
With a big bald head. And then in this one I kind of went, well, if we give me a kid, that's going to ripple the story. Then it's going to kind of give me more to play with. And then the story becomes richer. If you've got Liam Neeson and Ray Fiennes, it's kind of work with them and delve into their characters and their relationships a bit more. So the movie ends up not just being a monster mash, it ends up being a movie about a dysfunctional family trying to connect with each other. Just happened to be Zeus, Perseus in a world of monsters. Yeah.
You have said in the past that it's often the director that attracts you to a project, in opposed to maybe the script. Was this case a case of both?
A case of both. I knew where I wanted when we first started chatting about it. I knew what me and, say, Liam wanted to achieve. We wanted to get a bit deeper. As you do as actors, you want to sink your teeth into something a bit more, but which can get lost in this size of movie. But then Jonathan comes on, and he's the same age as me. His way of thinking is the same as mine. He can be as cocky and as confident as I can, and it's exciting to work with someone like that who is not kind of living in fear of doing a sequel or something. He's actually kind of excited by the prospect.
And I mean, the drama in it is so well handled, but of course it is another incredibly physically demanding role from you, and I hear you throw yourself into things. You're not scared of getting down dirty with stunts.
No, I had an idea. I wanted to beat up Perseus more. I'd seen too many movies where the guy had a rippling body and it was slow-mo action, and it was all done very well, but I wanted to go back to the fight between Rocky and Drago, or Die Hard, or westerns we looked at a lot of, just where the main character gets beat up all the time and you feel for them, and it isn't easy. You're out of breath, you get a stitch, it hurts, and an audience are kind of going, because going in, Perseus is probably going to be successful, so we're just kind of making it harder on the character.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, you kind of know what it's Perseus. But you kind of, if you beat up the character more, we kind of get a bit more on his side and compelled to kind of go, come on, get up, continue the journey.
And another thing that's so endearing and really, gets you involved in the character is the humour in the film. I mean, with Toby and Bill Nighy, I mean, it seems like there was so much great
off
banter.
The charts. He came in and just delivered something that none of us expected. Yeah. And then Toby and me just got to improv, and they kept it in. I think a lot of it was just me and him mucking around. We got the same sense of humour. And then I think they tried a take where they took it out. But the humour allows the audience to breathe. It allows them to sit in the movie and go, all right, I get it. It's very kind of wink, wink. Quite. It's not heavy-handed. It's very light, but it allows an audience to relax, I think.
Yeah, and in the film, Perseus, he's a demigod, and he realizes that his fame and that name, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I wonder if that resonated with you, because you did explode into people's consciousness with Avatar, which is great because you get amazing roles. But were you expecting any kind of backlash? Because people love to tear down a hero.
Yeah, of course. And I've had that in my own country for many years. So, but I think with any character you're exploring, not only the world and the character, but you're obviously going to be touching on things that are in your own life. And here's a character, he's wrestling, as you said, with the burden of this responsibility of what it is to be this other thing that's been thrust upon him. So in a way, that's I wrestle with my job. He lives in Hollywood, you're under the spotlight, but in real life, I do live a normal life like a fisherman, like a simple village life, but. So there's always that wrestle within me anyway, so maybe it resonates itself onto screen.
And we hear you do the thing everyone tells you not to do and Google yourself. You have to stop doing that.
I used to do it a lot more. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I think it's okay if you look at it on a healthy aspect and understand my job only exists because of an audience. That's it. If no one's seeing the movies, I ain't getting a job. I'm going back to bricklaying. So if you're listening to what people say, like, why has he ever shaved head? We're just a action figurine. There's no real depth to this character. We wish we had bigger monsters. We wish the 3D didn't give us an aneurysm. If you listen to that criticism, then it's healthy, and you can then take it into a sequel if you're lucky, and you know, up the ante and work on it. And that's your responsibility, I think. His responsibility is to the guy that pays his hard-earned money every week to be transported and have a good time for 99 minutes. So I don't mind reading it if it's healthy.
And it is great fun, and so congratulations on the film. It is fantastic.
Cool.
So thank you very much.